No, actually, no cap. I cap too, because my first favorite rapper was Nelly.
Mine was Ja Rule
and
Luke.
I fucking What's up, y'all? It's Rastaa, Big Wop, your favorite slime, all that good shit. Welcome to the green room. I'm here with some great guests, but before we get into introducing all of them and all that good shit, gotta pop some champagne, you know, how we always start every episode. And while I'm doing this, y'all could go around the room and introduce yourself one at a time. Whoever wants to go first, y'all could let them know what y'all working on, what y'all got coming up, where they can find you on social media, all that good shit. And I'll pour this while y'all doing that. Whoever wants to go first, I'm sure.
Well, I'm JASMYN. I go by JASMYN MILAN. I'm an experimental artist, so I'm working on like 50 different things right now. Music, art, fashion, all that good stuff. Yeah, you can find me on Instagram as Trailer Trash. Everything else is JASMYN MILAN with a Y, no E at the end.
I'm B Sims. You can follow me at _BEESIMMS_B Sims. I have a song dropping on April 30th, Show Me Love, so I'm excited for y'all to hear that. And I am an artist that's sensitive about my shit.
I am Austin Royal. Some people say Royale because it's spelled that way, but you know, whatever. Just remember this shit, I guess.
Cheers.
But, yeah, cheers, all that good shit. Yeah, shout out.
Or like, unless it says
all that good shit, yeah. But yeah, I'm also Royale, you know.
Sorry.
No, you good.
Artist, producer, songwriter. Yeah, so I'm from Durham originally, but you know, I feel like I'm from the whole state of North Carolina, honestly. But yeah, I don't really want to talk about all that, like what I got. I got hella shit. Just follow me. And
there you
just
go.
Follow me on
there you
Instagram.
go. That's a good answer.
Just follow me on Instagram and shit. Just Austin Royale. My Twitter is Austin Royale _. So yeah,
That's a fact.
if you don't know me, you know, personally.
True. So when, like I was telling B earlier when we first got here, the main reason why I wanted to bring y'all up here, well, one of the main reasons is, first off, you know, I think y'all are incredibly talented, all three of you guys, definitely in your own right. But mainly, it's because I feel like everybody in this room is like doing something very unique and kind of, you know, carving out their own genre of music right now. And I think it was really interesting that it all happened to be in North Carolina and it was all happening right before me. So, you know, I want to talk to the aspect of, you know, just y'all being individuals and y'all being unique people, and how hard it's been to really stay true to yourself and break into the game the way you want to, you know what I'm saying, and maintain that originality that you have been. You know, I've known Austin probably the longest out of, you know, everybody in here, and I've seen him reinvent himself 2 or 3 times, you know, in the time that I know him. So I just want y'all to speak to that originality factor and how, you know, y'all make sure to stay true to yourself and not curve it into what everybody's doing and all that good shit. Whoever wants to go first?
I feel like when it comes to being original, or when it comes to, that's what you're talking about, just specifically originality. Right. So like, I feel like when it comes to being original, I feel like originality, honestly, so there's this guy named Kenneth Goldsmith who's a big, I think I'm saying his name right, Kenneth Goldsmith. But his last name is Goldsmith. I think it's Kenneth though. But he's a professor, a university professor and shit. And he wrote this theory, short term. So he wrote this theory, this book, just called Uncreative Writing. Basically meaning that all art, literature, everything that is an interpretation of
something else,
thought, is just a regurgitation of something else, because it's all reference. All of our thoughts come from reference. So I think that originality is just you finding the shit that you like and adopting it and interpreting it in the way that you do it, you know, and just growing off of that.
Right. So what elements do you feel like makes your music, or makes you who you are? What, like, if you could like draw to like maybe 4 or 5 references that you feel like is what makes up Austin Royal?
Like Royale, like life and God, and like how that shit plays a part.
Okay.
One thing. 2, I would say, like, I have a big problem with just the whole I have a big problem with misunderstanding.
Okay.
Just the actual being of misunderstanding, or feeling or being misunderstood. So I think that plays a big part. And because I wouldn't say it's like a specific artist or specific thing, but I would just say it's like life shit like that, and just like all mediums of art and how it translates between each other and shit.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, B? Originality, how do you see it? How do you stick to it?
I think, like, honestly, I feel like, which just might sound cliche, but I really feel like everybody is naturally original. But sometimes along the way we get lost and we think we need to change or switch it up to do more of what we're seeing. And so I feel like the way you stay original is by daring yourself to kind of stick with that. Because everybody got somebody that they really are when the door's shut. So for you to be that all the time, to me, takes the most courage. But a lot of people trying to put that into other bags where it fits in or makes more sense for them. And I've even found myself sometimes thinking about that. So, but for me, I'm just, when I create, I always have a sound that I know I want and I'm not finding anywhere else. So I just feel like it makes and pushes me to be like, well, shoot, we need to add this too. So I pretty much stick to originality by just sticking true to who I am and just daring myself to, despite what else is happening, like stick to what you already got and know. So that's my thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I feel the same way.
Yeah.
I think that, because now I think of it as like a box of what is unoriginal. I just feel like it's nothing wrong with being fluid and experimenting, and even if that is, say, something that's considered more like widely popular, there's nothing wrong with that. It's still like, I feel like I see different components of myself in different things, in different genres or different things that I see. Some that are popular, some that are real underground, some that maybe haven't been exposed to the music scene yet, and I just stay true to what I'm feeling in the moment. So sometimes it might be something that sounds like other popular stuff, sometimes it might be something that's completely futuristic, or I think just being fluid with just how you feel and not really giving a fuck about the labels of like what is this box of originality, or what's this box of creativity, or what creativity or artistic people look like, because it's no bounds, you know what I mean? So many ways to be original. I think I stayed true to that by just like being fluid, pretty much.
That's a fact. So you, I don't even know if you remember, but the first time I met you was doing an art show. This was a long ass time ago. This might have been maybe 4 or 5 years ago. You was doing an art show in the house. It was like by NC State over there. This was a minute ago. That's when I first met you. And then when I seen you again, you was rapping. I was super confused at first.
Yeah.
So what made you get into music, or have you always been into music? Was it something you always wanted to do, or did it just like, was it over time? Was it something you've been working on, or is it something you just recently picked up on?
Yeah, I've been on music for a long time.
For a long time, okay.
Like, I moved here in 2015.
Okay.
And I know I already had music out on SoundCloud. I wasn't really consistent at the time. Like, I probably dropped my first song like 2012, 2013. Okay. Something like that. So, yeah, I just never was consistent. And I mean, my art career overall, I feel like hasn't been the most consistent, just because, like I said about that fluidity. Like, when I feel like I want to paint more, I do that. When I feel like I want to experiment with something else, I do that. Like, more recently, I kind of got more consistent with everything I do, because it's like tumbleweed and it makes sense together. But it's still times where, like, if I'm not inspired in one medium, I kind of like fluctuate to another. So many people know me for. Some people don't know that I throw events. Some people don't know I make music. It's like a whole bunch of different stuff that people know about me. But I think it's about the tumbleweed and to a point where it just like all is together. Yeah.
When I found out that you even did music, it was so random, because someone else sent me your shit, and I was like, I know this girl. Yeah. And they were like, yeah, sure. I'm like, but I know her. I don't know where from, but I know her. So that's dope. I mean, I'm one of those people too. I think I'm all for, like, there shouldn't be one way that you get to express yourself. Like, fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I want to make a pain today and rap tomorrow, like, why not? You know,
like, sure, fuck it. Like, we supposed to do all that. We're artists. Like, we should be, especially when we have all this stuff in the process of our music. I feel like we should be a part of the artistic process. We should be a part of producing. We should have little pieces of that, because our art is personal to us no matter what medium it is. So we should bounce in those different lanes. Like, shit, edit a video one time, like, you know what I mean? And plus, like, being broke, I kind of had to learn all this shit myself. So it's just like, the more I learn, the more I can just be a one person army.
That's a fact. That's a fact.